Hello guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. For me, I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now today I want us to make pancakes using yogurt. So sometimes there are those leftover yogurts and then maybe they might go bad if they are not consumed uh, in time. So there are those yogurt that I normally use to make my pancakes. Now before we get started, let me show you what we need for the pancakes to be prepared. Now here we'll need this bowl. So this one is where we're going to do our mixing. Then we need this. This one is I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it for flipping the pancakes. And then here is our yogurt over here. Now this is the yogurt that was left. And then we'll have our oil over here. This is our sugar. You see the sugar. Then this is our fresh milk. Then we have this whisk. So the whisk is just for mixing together the content. Then we have eggs over here. There are 2 eggs. And then we have the self-raising. So I use the self-raising so much. I normally use it so much even when preparing mandazis, for the reason that I don't know how to ratio how to make. Okay, I don't know the ratio in which I'm supposed to put yeast or the baking powder, the baking soda, whatever, into my ingredients. So normally I just go the short way and get the self-raising. So apart from these ones, we'll need a pan. So this is the pan I'm going to use to prepare my pancakes. Then we'll have another plate right here. I just covered it. So this plate, I just put some serviettes on it. This is the one I'm going to use to put my pancake. After putting, I'll of course use this plastic one to cover it. But when I'm done, I'll transfer it to another storage. So without further ado, I think we should get into mixing our ingredients so that we start preparing our pancakes. So let's do this. Yogurt. So why do we start with the yogurt? So I normally start off with the yogurt because you remember it's a leftover yogurt, and sometimes if you start with the other ingredients, it means that you might use less of the yogurt. So to make sure you use all of it, you start off with the yogurt. So you first put our yogurt right there, and then the next thing we're going to do is to put the eggs. So the next thing we're going to put the eggs. So when you're breaking your eggs, you break them aside so that the shells don't drop into the content you're making here. So this is what we have. Yeah, this is what we have. The yogurt and the eggs. So what else do you do? We have our oil right here with us. So the next thing you're going to put is the oil. So just put a little oil, not so much. You can just put just a spoonful or 2. That's just enough. All right. So at this point, we start mixing them. This is so good. So at this point, we can now start adding our flour. We can start adding our flour right there. Let me put this oil away so that the flour doesn't drop in there. So just do that. So while you do that, you can keep stirring to mix them. You see? So let's add some more. So it all depends with how many, like how much pancake you want to make. So at this point, I think I need to add some sugar. Let me first add this one. Then I can add some sugar. So make sure you don't add too much sugar. You can add just a spoonful or two. You don't add too much sugar because remember the yogurt is also sugared. So it is vanilla yogurt. I didn't specify that. It's actually vanilla yogurt. So we don't want to put the bigger particles. Just add the smaller particles. That's just enough. And you continue stirring. So ensure you okay, you can use any yogurt. For me, I've never used any other flavor apart from vanilla. So I normally use vanilla at any point I want to make my pancakes using yogurt. So why am I adding sugar? Okay, I'm adding sugar to taste. Remember the self-raising, most of the time, the self-raising is salted. It has its own salt. So we don't actually add salt to this. We only add sugar. So I'm adding some more. Yeah, so I told you, you add depending with how much pancake you want to make. So while adding, sometimes if you have other ingredients like other spices like cinnamon or cardamom, you can actually add them when you're adding your flour. So you see how it looks like? It's so thick. So thick. You see? It's very thick. So let me add more because we need more. So the good thing about sieving your flour is it won't form lumps. Yeah, it won't form lumps. So you sieve like that to give it those air spaces. You see the lumps I'm talking about? These ones. Don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yes, you can see it. Yeah, the lamps at the top are the ones I'm talking about. So if you just put it directly, the lamps won't be broken. That is too full. The lamps won't be broken. So if you sieve it, it gives it, they come out fine. So fine. It's getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Let me get this sugar out of here. So I think this will be enough for me. I don't want to prepare too much of it. This is just enough. You see, there are no lamps. There are no lamps because I sieved the flour. So because that's enough, we'll come in with our milk. So this is just fresh milk. So the reason I've not told you the exact amount you're supposed to put is because I'm an African and I believe in you just put until you feel like it's enough. Yeah, like that. So I don't know if you needed precision, like how much should I buy, how much should I put. I actually cannot tell you how much. But you see what I'm doing, you can, it's something so simple to follow. So just put the milk and you keep mixing. So I've just mixed it enough. So ensure you mix it until it becomes something like porridge, something like paste. See? And don't make it too thick. I normally make mine like somehow slim so that when it's cooking, it cooks really well. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, it looks so fine, like it's very, very fine. It looks like a smoothie. Yeah, so this is what we have. Yeah, so that's the preparation. So we move to cooking. Now what we do next is preheat the pan. So you see the fire is on. So we want to preheat this pan. And as we do that, we add some oil. So for chapatis, how I normally do my chapatis, I don't add oil before starting to cook. But for my pancakes, you know, pancake is lighter. So because it's lighter, so guys, I decided to it was a change of plans. Like I wanted to use the other pan, the other pan you see there, this one. But then I remembered that it normally gives me problem while flipping. So what did I do? I decided to change to this one. So this is the one we are going to use for the pancakes because flipping is somehow easier. But this is the pan I normally use for chapati. So instead of putting it in this plate, I'm going to arrange them in the other pan so that they're kept even warmer. So the process is the same. Let's preheat this one as we put some oil on it. I think our pan has heated enough. We can try the first one. So we're going to pour it in a circular motion. Yeah, like that. Oops, I used the one for oil, and then you spread it out. Yeah, it is well heated, and I feel I should reduce this heat so that it doesn't burn. So just spread it out to make sure it is circular, like that. Then you keep doing this. See what I'm doing? So that it doesn't stick on the pan. Then you flip it. Nice, nice flip. So you see what we have here? Beautiful. So it's supposed to be this brownish, and actually I can feel it's fluffy and nice. So just put some oil from the bottom. Remember now this one, the way I normally do my chapatis, I put oil from the top, like on top. But for my pancakes, I put it at the bottom because you know it is more light, so there's a possibility it can stick at the bottom. So put oil from the bottom. Oh, this one is very hot. It normally have those air spaces, so if you touch it, it can easily burn you. So let's see what we have already. Yeah, you see what we have? You see that? So this is what we are having already. Yeah, and it's able to simply fold like that without breaking the edges. So this is what we do. And let me tell you guys, this pancake made out of the vanilla yogurt, wow, it has that really good smell. You know that smell when you're passing next to a bakery and then you feel those vanilla scented smells. That is how the aroma is. Actually not a smell, it's aroma. Really good, very good aroma. So since our pancake is very ready now, see it, very brown, very ready, so we take it out. Beautiful. Then we continue the same process. Put little oil, not much, just to make sure that it will not stick. Then you put the next one. So if you want to prepare some quick breakfast, I suppose you consider this one. It doesn't have too much of processes. It's so simple, you just put things together and then you pour them into the pan. Not unlike maybe you prepare chapati where you need to knead and let it sit and such sort of things. Simple as you knead it and let it sit. But for pancakes, you finish and let it, you do the thing. Nice. Let me show you how to fit to help it dry bottom. Yes guys, so we are done with our pancakes. Actually, I've just made 4. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. Imagine this video has minimal cuttings, like it has minimal cuts. So meaning it has taken me about um 12 to 15 minutes to do the entire cooking. You get the point? So that's why I'm telling you, if you want something quick for your breakfast, or you simply want to have your pancakes, you can do pancakes. Actually, pancakes is so simple to make, whether you're making them in whichever way. But when using yogurt, vanilla yogurt, I always love the scent. So let me show you what we have as our end product. What we have as our final product. You see what they look like? Yeah, we have, they're very fluffy. The first one came out the best. It's actually golden. Yeah, I just made 4 of them. This one kind of burnt a little bit because the fire was a lot. And that's it, guys. Let's just close it like that. Yeah, so we have our pancakes right there. So that's how simple you can have your breakfast. So that was the session for today, guys. I hope you learned something. So if you have that yogurt that is just sitting somewhere on your counter, in your fridge, and you know that you're not going to consume it, but then you still want something for your breakfast, you can use the same yogurt to make pancakes. Yes, guys. Thank you so much for watching up to this end, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, kindly do so. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that each and every time I upload a new video, you will be the very first person to be notified. Thank you guys for watching, and until we meet in the next one. Bye.